I guess this all started when I was in year 7. There was a lesson where we were all discussing about work and how one day all of us, when we do leave education, we need to think about being able to get ourselves a living and provide for ourselves. And everyone in my class, they were really excited by this notion. But I started reflecting about my disability as a hard of hearing individual. I started thinking, how will that be compatible in the working environment? How would I be able to communicate effectively with the staff, with the people? In year 10, when I started work experience at a solicitor's firm, interestingly, on my first day, the manager who recruited me for this work experience, he was someone who was partially hard of hearing. And then when he further mentioned there happened to be a judge at this firm who is visually impaired, and by then I was actually quite overwhelmed. I was thinking, wow, this is remarkable. This is like the main person in this whole, in this whole workforce. And that struck me, thinking, you know what, there is hope, for people of disabilities to be able to work. They can go so far as long as the provision is there and the right attitude amongst different people is there as well. I've been working for Hamlets College for just over 3 months now as a learning mentor. We're working with a group of people with special educational needs and empowering them with the skills for them to be able to cope in the wider world. It's things like being able to communicate effectively, being able to think for themselves, cooking, personal care, because these are some of the key areas which the people work around as to helping them with their independence. The best thing about having a job is you having this kind of reassurance that you're competent, you're independent. During my first week, I had a meeting with my manager, and one of the first things he actually asked me was, is there any adjustments that we need to make to accommodate your working life here? And I was actually amazed and quite happy to even hear that, because it sort of made me feel quite included now. And I was told by my colleagues who told me that there is external support known as Access to Work, where they would provide you, this remarkable technology that can aid your working life. My advice to those young people who have any form of disability is that don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm sure people who are able-bodied or who may not have a disability, they ask for help. So you asking for help is not an indication of your weakness or the fact that you can't really do this job. It's a natural feeling. Think like the way everyone else thinks. Understand that regardless of what you have, that should not stop you from reaping those opportunities that will give you so much rewards.